When the head of Hezbollah said earlier this year that his fighters should ditch their mobile phones for fear of being tracked and continue using low-tech devices instead, he reckoned without Israeli intelligence's high-tech approach to warfare. Today, Israel targeted those devices for a second day. In another simultaneous wave of explosions, hundreds of Hezbollah-issue walkie-talkies were somehow detonated, causing more deaths and inflicting hundreds more disfiguring injuries. Our team in Beirut was filming at a funeral for some of those killed by exploding pagers yesterday when a device in the crowd blew up. Israel's defense minister said the results of the attacks were very impressive and ominously declared a new phase of war had begun. And tomorrow afternoon, Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah will announce his response.
They were burying the dead of yesterday's explosions in Lebanon when the explosions began again. Blasts amongst the mourners. Just a few metres from scouts preparing to lead the procession for a child of their own age, killed playing with his father's pager. There was panic.
Everyone with a machine, stop. It seems another machine.
As it became clear that devices were being targeted again.
Get down one of these streets.
Thousands were crammed into the tight streets of the southern suburbs, Hezbollah's stronghold. But a stronghold breached once again, repeatedly, by Israel.
There is defiance here, but even the most devout cannot deny the damage that the past 24 hours have done. This is the greatest security breach in Hezbollah's history, and it is a huge humiliation, tearing through the ranks from junior to senior.
Across Beirut and other parts of the country tonight, there have been multiple explosions. This time of radios rather than pagers. The explosions came in buildings, in vehicles, and in one of the main hospital car parks where an abandoned radio was detonated by the Lebanese army. Yesterday's explosions on Hezbollah operatives in daily life had not only shaken this country, but taken its healthcare to its limit. This morning, I spoke with Lebanon's health minister as he visited some of the injured.
A lot of the international laws, the norms of conflicts, the rules and regulations that should be governing these kinds of conflicts are not being followed. And I think that, although some might think that this will break the resolve of the population, in my opinion, it will do the exact opposite.
Israel says there is a new phase of this war. It seems it is well underway in Lebanon tonight. Emma Murphy, News at 10, Beirut.
Well, what we've learned since yesterday about the pagers is that they appear to have been manufactured in Hungary under license from a Taiwanese company. But today, the boss of that company said it had not made them.
The remains of the pagers which exploded may be small, but the potential consequences from this unprecedented, deadly attack are huge. In February, Hezbollah's leader, Hassan Nasrallah, told supporters to break, bury or lock their mobile phones in an iron box. He said they were more dangerous than Israeli spies because they can be tracked. It was decided to switch to pagers. At the Taipei offices of the Taiwanese electronic manufacturer Gold Apollo, first linked to the exploded pagers, there was a firm denial of any involvement. I'm 100% sure it's not our product, the company's chairman told police and reporters. He'd said they'd agree to allow a firm in Hungary called BAC Consulting to use the Gold Apollo name on their own pagers. But at the Budapest offices where BAC Consulting is registered, there was no sign of anyone today. The owner is reported to have told the media they don't make pagers. Experts believe explosives were inserted into the pages somewhere in the supply chain.
It looks to me as if it is happening again. We are seeing today a second wave of explosions in Beirut and Lebanon, and this time it appears to be walkie-talkies along with some other devices exploding. So this suggests Israel has not just modified pages, it has also modified other communication devices.
Israel has made no comment on the attacks, but a former head of research and evaluation for Mossad offered her take.
It is a combination of high technology, a very precise intelligence information, and operational capabilities.
More than 24 hours on, the attacks continue. So too the questions surrounding the methods used and what it means for a region on the brink. Neil Connery, News at 10.
And Emma is live for us in Beirut tonight, and John in Tel Aviv. John, maybe we can come to you first. I mean, an extraordinary operation, one might say, and a shift in focus militarily. What was Israel trying to achieve, and what will be the result?
Yeah, I think there is a shift in focus. Israel has decided that major ground operations in Gaza are over, and they're turning their focus to the Hezbollah problem. There are reports tonight, Tom, that tank transporters are on the roads north. It seems the Israeli government may have decided that at least it wants to give itself at least the option of invading South Lebanon in the pretty near future. Now, that border is quiet tonight, but on an almost daily basis since October the 8th, there have been exchanges across that border. Those exchanges have prevented tens of thousands of people on both sides of the border from returning home. Now, the Israelis have clearly decided that the status quo is intolerable. Enough is enough. They want to see Hezbollah either defeated or persuaded to back down. Over the last 24 hours in Lebanon, we've seen two remarkable attacks on Hezbollah personnel via their pagers and their walkie-talkies. I think those attacks, that sabotage operation is an attempt by Israel to persuade Hezbollah to back down, to deter the Shia militia. The Israelis are asking Hezbollah a question effectively. Do you really want to ramp things up against us? Do you want to turn up the temperature to open warfare? Because if you do, you better be ready. You better have eyes in the back of your head, because we've got capabilities that you can't dream of.
OK, John, thank you very much. Well, let's put all that to you, Emma. I mean, it was extraordinary seeing you out in the streets today with that situation literally unfolding around you. What was that like, and what does it mean for Lebanon, do you think?
Well, I think for people who were there, particularly those who were there with children, it was an incredibly terrifying experience, and it was more disturbing given what had gone on yesterday, when they realised, when that first explosion went off, that things were being targeted again. There was real concern, real panic, and I think a sense of shock that actually there was a feeling that what had happened yesterday was so shocking, with deaths and so many injuries, that it wasn't going to be repeated again. And then it was, and it was done so using radios. And even tonight we've had reports of solar panels exploding. So it's clear that an awful lot of technology and equipment is being targeted. In terms of what happens now, well, John said there that Israel was, posing a question to Hezbollah. I guess they have their chance to offer an answer tomorrow and in the coming days. We'll hear from Hassan Nasrallah, the head of Hezbollah, tomorrow afternoon. He is likely to try and address this incredible security failing that his organisation have faced and continues to face. And he will have to make a really significant speech, because he has to appeal to those members, the rank and file, who are currently feeling incredibly exposed, and also have significant numbers of family members incredibly badly injured in this situation. So what their answer will be, it's hard to know, but as much as Israel has capability, so too does Hezbollah, and we haven't yet seen that, even though they've said it is there and will be demonstrated at some point if they're pushed too far.